Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, Today we're gonna be yapping like always, but we're gonna be doing my makeup. Why? I don't know why. I guess I just wanted to do it because later I do want to make some tiki-takis, maybe. Um, but also I want to start like doing things while I'm talking. Sometimes I get bored. I love talking, but I get bored sometimes just sitting here because literally I just stare at the ceiling and whatnot. So we're trying something new. Trying to find what makes me more comfortable about doing these type of videos. The last time I did my video was in December. Okay? A lot has happened since. Well, I like to say a lot. A lot of life stuff has happened. Some good and some bad. Um, but honestly, recently, since then, after that video, I really wasn't in the mood to do anything. I wasn't motivated for a while to make any videos. But today, or no, was it today? Yesterday, someone from school came up to me and told me that they watched my video. And honestly, that really warmed me up. Made me feel more confident about making them. Because honestly, I was really scared about making the video, or not even making it, releasing it, but you guys showed a lot of love, which I really enjoy, and thank you so much. Someone commented that they were watching it while they were getting ready, and that's literally the purpose. Like, it's like watching a podcast, and my classmate said it was a good listen while he was cleaning. I think that's what he was doing. And I love that because that's what I need you guys to do. Like, just listen. Or watch. I mean, that's why there's not really anything to watch because it's just my voice. But I guess that's why I'm doing something new. Like, maybe you guys would watch. Maybe you girls could do makeup with me. Or maybe clean your room. I like listening to something in the background while I'm cleaning my room. So, yeah, it just made me really happy about doing these type of videos because honestly, I got into this really bad mindset after a while. And, like, I knew talking would have made it better and probably recording, but I was just really doubting myself, and I was like, no one really wants to hear what you got going on, Karime, but maybe someone will want to hear what I have going on. Or maybe they could learn from my experience of what I am going through. Does that make sense? So, and that's honestly my main purpose. Like, yes, I enjoy talking about what I'm going through or my opinions or point of views of certain things, but who knows, maybe some of you guys out there will relate and find a new way to, on thinking about what you have going on, or, you know, a situation that's coming up or is happening and you just need to find out how to deal with it. Since the last video, I have gotten a job. I have started school back up again. And by the grace of God, I passed my term, my semester. Since I'm in trade, it goes honestly really fast. And ooh, some of those classes be hard, especially math, because I've never been a math girly since I was a child. Elementary teachers hated my butt because I stayed making everybody like struggle. I was just too much, if I'm gonna be real. I don't even blame them, but it's because like math has just never been my thing. So I was so happy that I passed. I guess the main reason why I have felt down is just self doubt and also, unfortunately, laziness. Deep down, I know the things that I need to do to better myself or, to become the person that I want to become. And that was my biggest struggle last year. I knew exactly what I needed to do to become a better person, become a better version of myself, and to grow because I knew exactly what was stumping me. But I didn't want to do it because I was so comfortable in the state of mind I was in. I was depressed. Yes, I was, standing on business pretty well last year. I didn't let anyone really play with me and my time. But it was still kind of hard because a little bit inside of me still wanted to have that, not attention, but, people that I really liked in my life, knowing that, they weren't good for me. So that was really hard for me. What made it so hard is because I started removing things that I knew were bad for me, including substance or people. Everybody knows I have smoked since I was a freshman. Okay, I have smoked weed for a very long time, but weed has always been my way of coping since the beginning. My first day trying weed was the day before my sister died. So since then, like, when she died the next day, school started the next day. It was like a whole hectic weekend for me. Saturday, we lit, we trying weed, we're meeting new people, we're starting, but it was just for funsies. Sunday, boom, she dies. And then Monday, first day of freshman year. It was horrible. It was horrible, but I didn't want to stay home. I know I could have stayed home, but just being home was just so overwhelming for me, and I just felt the energy. Hearing my mom every day was probably the hardest thing for me. And I really just did not know how to handle it at all. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't want to handle it. I didn't want to be around it. Any constant reminder of my sister was probably the most like agitating thing ever because I did not want to think about her. And smoking weed just really helped me at that time. But then what the bad thing is I have ADHD, so I was taking Adderall. Girl, when I tell y'all I was damn near a zombie my freshman year, I literally was. I don't remember my freshman year. It sucks to say that, but I literally don't. I remember definitely some things, traumatic things, things that involved a lot of emotion, a lot of excitement, a lot of, you know, um, intense emotions. But the little things I don't remember because it was so foggy for me. And I remember it sucked because I remember I had somebody tell me, I don't like you when you're on your medicine. You're like a zombie. Ooh, oh, knowing damn well I needed my medicine more than weed, but I literally stopped taking my medicine because I enjoyed smoking so much. And it was hard for sure. It was definitely hard because I did not know what I was going through, especially around that time. I felt like I really needed my sister and also my mom, but with my mom, I didn't want to bother her. With my sister, I didn't have any older female role model for me to tell them my problems, tell them about a boy, tell them what I had going on. It was just a lot. I didn't know who to run to. So, with that, I tried, throughout the years, I have tried to gaslight myself into thinking that smoking weed is just, you just do it for fun, you just want to chill, you just want to get your mind off of things. But in reality, smoking weed for me will always be the most traumatic thing. Unfortunately, like, um, it's just something that I have tied down my trauma to. It is something that I've tied down all of my coping mechanisms to. So now when I try to smoke, it's because I know something's wrong. I could sit here and try to give you all these type of reasons why I'm smoking again and just a bunch of crap. But in reality, I'm probably going through it. So if you ever catch me smoking, ask me, Karina, why are you smoking? What are you going through, girl? What are you going through? Even though at the end of the day, I should know why I'm doing it, but just know something's up with me. Last year was pretty good for me. I'll always say, probably like I said in the last video, it's probably the best year I've ever had. Still is, still will always be. I lost people, but I grew. I went sober for 4 months. That's the longest I've ever been sober, considering all the time, all those years I was smoking. It was a lot for me, but I also, yes, I did relapse, but um, there was definitely good moments where I could say that I'm sober and I don't want to smoke. you know? And I hate it when people would tell me that I was addicted. I don't even like saying I was addicted, but unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes, I was addicted. Um, you could tell you would ask me, "You're addicted," or "Can you even stop?" I can stop whenever. I can stop whenever. Lies. Because before I didn't want to stop, so I would really go on my fiend stuff and not want to stop. But last year, since I already gotten used to me going sober and me not wanting to smoke anymore, or that temptation of wanting to smoke, it was definitely so much more easier for me. So I told myself this year I was going to be sober, and I have been. Since December, actually. I haven't even started in January. I started in December when I started working, and it was probably the best decision I made in a while. Now I could be around my friends, around people that smoke, and I don't want to hit it because I truly think I have outsmoked smoking. Like, I've outgrown it. I do not want to smoke anymore. I don't find no hype in smoking. And I remember, okay, I was sad. I went to smoke, felt disappointed in myself. I was like, oh, God, like, you smoked again. Why would you do that? Just the basic crap. Feeling bad for yourself, but also judging yourself that you failed again. I smoked again, but this time it was for celebration. I was like, yes, I accomplished this. I'm going to spark it up like a spark, you know. And I hyped up this high that I was going to get. And it was a good brand. Good brand. And I was ready. I was like this is about to be a good high. Once I got high, I regretted that. I regretted it so fast. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, this is weak. Like, the strand wasn't weak, but the way I felt about smoking now felt weak. It felt like it was so pointless. I felt stupid. I'm gonna be honest. I felt stupid. It felt like, not like how I used to be. Not the excitement, not the chill. No, I just felt like, damn, like, you really broke your sobriety for this. Like, for you to feel the same, for you to, you know, for it to suck. But this time, when I broke it, I didn't feel like how I usually felt. When I'd break my sobriety, I would crumble down to this horrible hole and talk down on myself. I'd be like, you know what? You're not deserving of love. You're not deserving of another chance. You already broke it. You already went back to smoking. So what's the point of even stopping? Just continue doing it. So once I continued to do it, I dug that hole, dug that hole, and it felt horrible until I picked myself out of it. I'm like, you know what? Get yourself out of this hole, because if you don't do it now, it's going to be so much worse when you do it later. And I did it. I got out of the hole, and it was hard, but the more I did it, the more I worked on myself, the more I stopped doing those little habits that made me want to smoke, or, put myself into situations that made me want to smoke. It was so much more easier for me. Look, you did it. There's nothing you could do about it. Now, the only thing you could do is be better. You learn from it. You know what you're not supposed to be doing. You know what you need to do next. Now do it. I generally got in this mindset where I stopped trying to pity myself and self-victimize myself for something that I did. Something that I decided to do. No one made me do that. No one made me smoke. I don't even believe in peer pressure. At the end of the day, it's what you did it. If you wanted to do it, you would have done it. If you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have done it. Who cares what people say? So I was like, okay, I'm going to lift myself up. You quit. We're done. You learned. This is not for you anymore. So what are you going to do about it now? What are you going to do that will be good for you and that will be for you now? It was hard. I did not know what I wanted to do. I don't know what could be a different hobby for me. Something that will get my mind off of it. But I felt like eventually I'd find it. So I got myself out of that. And then by the grace of God, God has blessed me with a job that I really needed. And this is where the crappy feeling place starts like setting in place. But it also changed my mindset. I prayed over a job that I really wanted. I did a lot of interviews. I did a lot of applications and never got a call back. It definitely took a toll in my confidence and, where I'm meant to be. And I just sat down and I prayed. I was like, you know what, God? I trust you and whatever plan you have set out for me. And I believe you. I believe in you. I believe in what you have for me. So whatever it is, I'm there. But thank you so much for being patient with me. I got a call back from a job very close to my house, which was perfect for me. And I got the interview, made the job. I got the job. But before I went in there, I prayed. I was like, look, God, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity of a new job, and I just pray that this job will really just help me grow as a person. And if it's meant for me, I'll get it. And if it's not, then I won't. And I was so happy when I got the job because I felt like God really heard me. But this is where the learning experience comes. The more the weeks go by of being at that job, I'm learning the atmosphere of a working place. I'm learning how it is. I'm learning how customers treat you. I'm learning how to do a cash register. I'm learning how to do a lot of things. Mind you, I never had a job. My mom never really let me have a job because she wanted me to focus on school, And I remember I complained about it a lot, but shout out to her for keeping me a kid as long as she could have. And I love her for that because there's a lot of people in my life that work and don't have time for school. And my mom's main goal was to keep me being a child and living the life that I wanted to live as much as she could before the real responsibilities of the world came in. So, but working was really scary for me. I was really scared of working because considering there's people in there that have done it longer than me. People in there that are experienced. People in there that are younger than me and know everything about a system from up to down. Like, it was very intimidating. It was very, very intimidating considering I was older than half of those kids. Not half, but most of the people in there. Yes, by 1 year, but still it meant a lot to me because they've been working for a very long time. And I was like, wow, like, this is kind of intimidating, a little nerve-wracking considering that I've never done this before. And it's like these younger kids know what they got going on. But I had a good people around me to help me. But unfortunately, I had a bad experience. Yes, I was happy that I got a job, but I was honestly the most miserable I was and have been in a long time, especially considering an environment like that. I never thought I would get so down on myself. And surprisingly, my mom, everybody knows this, I'm not really good at multitasking, but this time I separated school and work so perfectly where the days I had just work. The days I had school, just school. I separated it so perfectly where I wasn't stressing myself out at all. But the thing that made me feel so miserable was the atmosphere that I was in. It was so horrible because I started realizing that I was getting picked on. I started realizing that there were people talking about me and shooting down on my goals and ambitions that I had, and I'm not the type of person that goes around gloating and bragging of what I got going on. I'm not bragging. It's just the excitement of something. If someone asks me, "What do you do? What do you do for school? What's your goal? What do you want to do in the future?" I get so excited talking about it. I mean, who wouldn't get excited talking about it? Like, it's something it's your dream. And they would ask me, but they would make me feel so crappy about it, considering the little snarky comments they made about me not making it, and just that it wasn't going to work out. It was probably the most hardest thing to ever hear. And it took a toll on me. It took a toll on me because I never thought a stranger would make me feel that way. I never thought like these people that I don't even know at all would make me feel so not confident about what my dreams were. And for a while I hated myself that I ever let them make me feel that way. I get it. Maybe it wasn't nothing personal, or maybe it was. At the end of the day, only God knows. But I really tried my best not to judge them. It was hard because I did not like hearing those things that they said about me or thought about me. But then again, you never know what people are going through. And it's not even my business to know what they're going through. Maybe they were projecting. Maybe they just really don't like when... I don't know. But why should I even bother myself trying to figure it out? You know? Those people they don't pour into my cup like I need them to pour in my cup, so why should I pour into theirs? And unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way that what my dad has told me is that you can't be going around telling people your goals and what you want and what you're going to do and what you're going to get, you know? Jealousy plays a big part in this world, unfortunately. And I don't know, I guess I don't want to say that they were jealous. I really don't know what they had going on. I don't like thinking that people are all jealous of me. But sometimes people are not deserving to know what your goals are. They don't need to know. They don't even want to know, because at the end of the day, sometimes they do want to know just to shut it down. Just to belittle you, just to bring you down because they don't think you deserve it. But it's okay. That's how life is, unfortunately. So there's not really much you could do about it. But being there was hard for me because I try to stay and put my mental health to the side because of how good the pay was. I mean, the pay is not like out of this world, but for me, someone that's never had a job, it was really good for me considering it was weekly. I was getting 200 something checks weekly. To me, that was what I needed. But it was just so hard because I tried to put my feelings to the side because I wanted to provide for my family, provide for me, provide for my friends, but it's just got to a point where I couldn't take it. But even though that was going on, I was so proud of myself that I didn't smoke, and I didn't even realize it until later on. Like, wow, usually in situations like this, I get faded. Like, I literally, my goal when things like this happen, my goal is to get absolutely obliterated. But surprisingly, that wasn't even a thought in my mind when I would go home every day and just felt like crap. I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like having to get high to make myself feel better. I'd come home and just sleep. Or I'd come home and make myself a bath. Like things like that. And it's just, I barely realized it. And the thing is I don't give myself my flowers for the things that I have progressed or done better on. And it sucks because I'm so hard on myself for no reason. And it's like, Karima, why are you so hard on yourself? Like, you should be so proud of how far you've come, because if this was compared to you in other times and other moments of your life, in my personal life, you would have been gotten high. You would have been made these stupid. You would have been gotten with that person. Like, you know, but this time I completely just tried to focus on what I had going on and what I was going to do better about it. It was hard, yes, but oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself that I did not do the things that I knew deep down have always been bad for me. It's been hard, yes, so hard, but it's been great, you know? But I feel like the main thing sometimes, and I don't know if this happens to you guys, but we make a lot of excuses for ourselves because we're so scared of what the outcome will be when we do what we need to do and not what we want to do. And I hope that makes sense, because for me, the main reason I never wanted to stop doing things that I knew were bad for me is because I did not know what to do next after that. I did not know what to do that will truly help me become a better person. And once the real came, we make a lot of excuses for ourselves. And what I mean by that is we're too comfortable in what we got going on. But like they say with communicating, uncomfortable conversations make good relationships. So uncomfortable situations makes good growth. I guess that's what you could say. Um, we gotta stop being so scared of what the outcome will be and just be for it. Like, be excited for it. Um, like, yes, I was scared of working, but look at the outcome that I got. I learned what type of atmosphere I don't want to be in, but also I made connections and I also learned new things that I never thought I would have learned. It could be cashier, it could be, you know, packing food. Like, I did not know how to pack food. I did not know how to work a cashier, but look, I did it. I got myself out of my comfort zone to try something new, and I got something out of it. And I feel like that's plays out with anything. It could play out with relationships. It could play out with school, work, new opportunities that you want to try, new activities, new side quests, like, and honestly, that's the most important thing. And I get it, fear is like the biggest thing that stops us, but you can't even lie, bro. Like, you can't even lie. The excitement of trying something new and knowing where, thinking, wondering where it could go, that's probably the most exciting thing for me. Because it's like, damn, you know, I am scared to do this. I am scared to talk to this person. I am scared to try this new activity. But what's something that I could learn? Like, where could this go? You know, like, that's kind of exciting. Where could this go? Sometimes you could fail. Sometimes you could win. But at least you tried something. At least you did something new that made you grow. And I feel like we gotta start doing that more. And stop being so scared of all of these outcomes that we have either gotten before or, you know, are scared of being in. And I don't know if this is me, but a lot of times I have stopped myself from doing new things that I want to do because I'm so scared of an outcome that I have already gotten. But why project something that on a new opportunity that hasn't even happened yet, if that makes sense? Let me give you an example. You're talking to somebody. You're already projecting off the bat that they're toxic, that they're a toe, if you know what I mean, a hoe. Just already projecting that they're probably a bad person from the way they look, from the way they a little bit act, or from a first encounter. Do you really think that is fair for you to project what already happened to you at some point with someone that maybe looked the same or, had the same qualities? Do you think that's fair for you to assume that they're going to do you exactly the way that other person did you? No, that is not fair because this is a totally, completely different person. But I'm not going to sit here and promise you that that person's probably going to be the best, you know what I'm saying? But why stop yourself from meeting somebody or trying something new because you think you're going to get the same outcome as the last one when this is a totally complete different situation, totally complete different person, like it's different. So why assume that it's going to end the same as it did with the other situation? And I think that's just what I do a lot. The fear of something happening to me again or me getting the same outcome of a situation is what stops me from moving forward so much. And I hate that for myself, that I let it really get to me, because it's not fair. Because then later life goes on and I'm upset at myself that I didn't take a situation that I really wanted to do seriously, or just didn't do it because I was so scared of doing it. And that's not fair to us. That's not fair to anything in life that we truly are called to do or want to do. But then again, who knows? Maybe it'll spin back. Maybe the opportunity that you had will come back and you'll get the open gates, and this time your mindset will be different. So you're like, okay, the opportunity has came again. Now this time, how am I going to handle it? Am I going to do it, or am I going to run off and let the fear consume me of wanting to try something new? And I just think that's so cool, because I'm all for trying new things. Now I am, at least. I'm excited for trying new things. Am I scared? Hell yeah. But am I going to let that stop me? Hell no. So, yes. But this comes with growing as well. Stop making excuses for yourself for things that you know you need to let go, because you want to keep the people around you, because you want to still look cool, because you still want to, make it seem like you don't care about a situation. Healing takes a lot. Healing takes a lot of emotion. Healing takes a lot of intelligence, in the sense where you got to understand where a certain feeling is coming from and why is it making you feel that way. Yes, it sucks. I don't like healing. I don't like having to think about any situation, any person, anything that has wronged me in my life. But best believe I have looked back to the times where I thought about it, cried about it, talked about it, and it's probably the best decision I made in a very long time. Because as much as we try to convince ourselves that, time goes by and we'll just forget, no, that's not how healing works all the time. Healing works by you actually sitting down and thinking about what is going on. How are you going to deal with this? Why do you feel this way? What made you do that? See, it helps a lot. It helps so much, and I think we need to start doing that for ourselves, because one day it's going to be too late and we're going to explode. We're going to explode, and that's not good for us at all. And also, I feel like it's just taken me such a long time to get here, but the right time, if that makes sense. Yes, I have made a lot of stupid decisions. I have talked to a lot of people on what I should do and what I shouldn't do, and maybe I have not taken that advice. But it has made me who I am today, and I'm so proud it has, because now I'm able to express myself and talk about things that I before wasn't even able to talk about without me choking up. Which I'm saying, like, I don't mean, you crying is a bad thing. It's not. Crying's probably the best thing. I love crying. I always recommend that to anybody. You cry, baby, you cry. Because I love crying. We can cry together. But me actually having the people around me to make me think about why I am the way I am, why I think the way I think, and why I do things the way I do things, it's awesome because it truly, ugh, that was gross. It's truly a blessing to have people like that around you because it helps you grow. And I feel like, honestly, I feel like me talking about this is just making me realize and be so grateful of the people that I have in my life because there's people in my life that can't even comprehend a single thing that comes out of my mouth. And it's just like, what are you even talking about? But then again, it's like you're not there yet, which I completely understand. You know, not everyone's going to be there yet, just yet. But it just makes you think about it. It makes you think about it. It makes you be grateful that you have people in your life that are patient, you know? And also, especially the people that have been with me through the healing process. Like, one of my best friends, Mitch. I love you, girl. Mitch is my best friend. Mitch is someone that has seen me through my worst of my worst. She has seen me from when my sister died. Like, she didn't meet me like around that time. I mean, like when it happened, but she definitely met me a couple months later onto her death. And wow, it was probably the hardest thing, maybe as a friend, to be there for somebody that is hurting. But also, like, I will always appreciate her because she's been there for me in ways that I couldn't even be there for myself. Always so nice to me and understanding of what I had going on and all the bullshit that I was going through. And it's awesome because I was able to talk about it and be my messy self with her. Not saying that I'm like messy, you know what I'm saying, but like she let me make my mistakes and she also let me grow from them. And she also understands that those mistakes made me who I am today. And it's honestly an honor to see her grow and to watch myself grow, but also her being beside me. And even my other best friend Yuri, she has helped me create this mindset for myself where I'm actually more emotionally aware of myself and the things that I do. And I don't know, bro, like when I was younger I used to always think you need a bunch of friends. No, you do not. You maybe just need some 3 people that hold it down for you. Or 2. Or even 1. But that one person, those 3 people or 2, they could do so much for you in your life that you wouldn't even imagine. That probably no other man or woman could do for you. It feels great to have someone like that beside you, that's for sure. And it feels even greater to have someone like that and still love you through your worst and through your best. And I feel like that's what's really helping me in this channel is just being more open about things that I really don't talk about to other people. I'm a very type of person that I choke up when I gotta talk to people about my feelings, about situations, about beef. Like I really get to stuttering. Not because I'm scary or, I just don't know what to say sometimes. Like my mind just processes very slowly and I really gotta think about something slowly first before I say it because I get to screwing up. I get to saying a bunch of bullshit. Sorry, didn't mean to cuss, but it's true. I get to saying a bunch of crap and I get myself in trouble because I don't think about what I gotta say first and I just blab it out. So, yeah. And honestly, wow, I'm so surprised I haven't done this sooner because I've been yapping, y'all. I've been yapping. But before it was just about myself, like, and that's what makes me so excited about this is that I'm going to be able to look back at these and just see how much I've grown and see how my thought process has changed since. And that's honestly so awesome. I've been making audios, videos about myself. I just never released them. I literally on my notes, I'm a character, on my voice notes. Um, I have started my podcast or vlog, I guess you could say, since July 14th, 2024. And I title them, I talk crap. Just kidding, I don't talk crap about people, but like I talk about what I'm going through and where I have been in life. Hearing those things definitely, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to see how far I've healed. It's a blessing to see how far I've come as a girl. And it all started by me losing my sister. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Honestly, me losing her, it made me the worst version of myself in the beginning, but the outcome, I have become the best version of myself. I have never been able to express myself, express to people about themselves, like, until everything with her has happened. I have went from seeking attention from others, making wrong decisions, not valuing myself, degrading myself, unfortunately, or just be doing stupid things, getting drunk on the roof and knocking out, waking up at 5 a.m. to some birds chirping, to getting so high that I'd cry, to just how I am now. That's what it feels like. Just like a breath of fresh air. Because I know that I am going where I need to go. I am achieving the goals that I never thought I would ever achieve. I have achieved the age that I never thought I was even going to pass. I genuinely thought I was going to die at some point. Not because I was going to kill myself, but the decisions I was making in life were not smart. And I was completely wholeheartedly ready and thinking that I was going to die. And by the grace of God, He has been with me. I have lost people, even through death, through life, through breakups, but it has all made me who I am today. My perspective of death has changed. My perspective of my sister and actually understanding our relationship and our faults in our relationship was nothing ever personal. At the end of the day, people are all going through their own thing. And it just really helped me. Like, it really changed how I thought about this whole situation. I was so mad at God for such a long time because I did not understand why He would make me lose somebody that meant the world to me. But there's a timeline for each one of us, and only God knows. And He places us in this earth for a reason, and He also takes us out for a reason. And I just got to understand, and I did understand, that it was just her time to go home. For sure, it ended her suffering. There was a lot of health issues that I understood later on, and I am grateful that she is not in pain anymore, that she is set free, and that she is okay. You know, that she's okay. And I know a lot of us either have not lost people or have lost people. But I just want to say it'll get better. And I know, like, I don't know if you know me or not, if you're a stranger or not. And I know maybe this won't even mean anything, because it's like, girl, what do you mean it'll get better? It doesn't. It does. For sure it does. Maybe not in the moment. Maybe now it won't get better. I don't want to sit here and promise you, oh, it'll get better like tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. Girl, look at me. It's been 4 years, about to go on 5. It just got better for me. Because I grew. Because I understood and I let go of that built-in anger that I had for years. Because I did not understand what I was going through or why I was put in situations like this. But ooh, am I proud. I'm so proud that I have met people, that I have healed, that I have become less angry with the world and God for letting me meet people or take away people, you know? But it does get better. And just know that they're watching over you and that God is cheering over you. And right now, that man, he is bragging about you. He is bragging about you because he is just so happy to see how wholeheartedly you still hold on to your faith. Even if it's lacking. Even if you feel right now like your relationship with God has definitely been better in the past. If you're still holding on, he is still proud of you. Everyone has their own different relationship with God and their own different journey with God. But just know that he is proud of you and he is watching over you and that you're his child. He would never put you into something, in a situation where where he thinks you're not going to make it out of. He puts us in situations that he knows are going to make us stronger and lead him towards him even more. Yes, in the process, it might lead you far away from him. Probably the farthest you've ever been from Jesus. But he knows the end of the outcome is going to lead you even closer to him. It's going to lead you begging him, you know? And I've been there. And it just took me a while to understand the whole thing. But I'm so grateful that I was put into this situation. And now I could sit here and preach to people and not feel so guilty about the things that I do. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm human. I sin. But God knows my heart and God knows me and God knows where I'm going to wind up in the outcome that I do, in the situation that I do. So I'm still working. I'm still working to become a better person, a better friend, a better daughter, a better anything. Just better. But I hope like you're thriving to be better. And then if you just, I don't know how you're listening to this. I don't know what your mindset is if you're listening to this right now. But just know, he got you. I got you. So you guys could always reach out to me. I love yapping, y'all can tell. So I'm all for it. I don't know. I'm just really glad that I'm out of this funk that I was in. Yeah, there's days I feel like freaking crazy. But definitely, I got to start being more grateful about the little things because my life could definitely be way worse right now, considering all of the horrible things that are happening in this world. And honestly, it breaks my heart to even see it, that we're so divided. But that's what I believe in so much about our generation. Yeah, we be on some bullshit, y'all. Like, we be on some bullshit. But I definitely think we're probably the most intelligent, emotionally intelligent generation in a minute. We know how we feel and we know why we feel. And that's why we ask so many questions. They stay asking us why us young kids ask a lot of questions. Because y'all didn't ask the questions when y'all needed to. And now that's why you're stuck in the predicament you're stuck in. You ask us to do something, well, why? You ask us to vote for someone, well, why? Why should I vote for this person? Like, we're asking all the right questions. And you know what? You guys keep asking those questions because who's going to stop us? At the end of the day, we're the future, like they love to say. We're the future. And we're not doomed because I know damn well we're going to change it for the better. we're definitely going to change it for the better. And my heart goes out to all of those people that are still going out there and fighting for what's right and keep on living their dreams and doing what they want to do and doing what they want to, doing what they love. So, yeah. I just love seeing people around me grow and do things that they love to do so much in their life, even if it's music, cooking, even if it's acting, like photo shoots. Like, it's just great to see that we're all fighting for what we want to do in our life. And it's like, yes, like we're actually doing stuff that we love to do and not because we need it for the money, like we're putting ourselves first, we're putting our dreams first. And props to anybody that keeps going. Okay? It's great. It's great to see. It's great to see it. So, with that being said, this is the makeup. This is the makeup. And that was just the yap sesh. I don't even know what it's going to be titled, but I'll probably figure it out when I edit it. But it was great talking to you guys. I definitely need to start getting on my stuff more because I do really enjoy making these. I just need to get out of my head that people don't want to hear it or, it's just not going to get anywhere. But I have a lot of confidence in this. And even if, you're just watching to watch, thank you for watching. And thank you for supporting. It means a lot. It truly means a lot to me because I'm just glad someone's out there to listen. Yeah. Thank you guys. I love you guys all so much. And let me know if there's anything you guys want me to talk about. Even if it's just a short video. Let me know. Yay. Bye-bye.